And so, be able to do this is an absolute wonder. Keep in mind that you not only have to figure out how to quarry the blocks, where to cut them from, how to move them. Those things are all things that are still baffling to us. Then you have to figure out how to place them. But you know, there's something else we don't usually talk about. They didn't use super glue, they didn't use mortar. These were just placed so perfectly according to the laws of Ma'at that they stand here for literally nearly 5 millennia. Oh, nearly 6 millennia. So think about how amazing that is. You cannot put a penknife between these blocks. And so that is how amazing this has been built. The base of it is about 13 football fields wide. So it's really, really gigantic. The height, the original height was about 481 feet. It was the tallest building on the planet for over 2,000 years. Amazing structure. And in fact, Brother Sophie has mentioned the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is based on the Great Merkut. You may recognize the base of it. The top of it looks quite different, and that's because what they did is they merged the Merkut form and the Tekken form to create this new structure that was inspired by this most ancient form. Now, as amazing as this is, as you look at it, you can actually see that in order to get to the original corridor, they did quite a bit of damage. You can actually see some of the substructure. And this was done by heating water and cooling water to actually create fissures in blocks. There was another Muslim zealot who actually came and decided he was going to attempt to take the whole thing apart. And he worked with teams for over 10 years, chipping away and trying to destroy. And after 10 years, he said, "We've done enough." So that the Merkut almost just shuddered and laughed at him. That's how massive and amazing this structure is. But keep in mind that you are still seeing it in decrepit form. If Khufu was resurrected today in physical form and able to see this, he would be disappointed. Because all of the finely polished Tura limestone has been removed. It was removed to build medieval Cairo, particularly the Mosque of Salahuddin that we passed by. So that's what they did. Now you can actually see some of the fine polished limestone on the bottom. If you can look around here, can you see this lighter block here? In fact, when you get close to it, you're going to see that it still has some shine on it. There's no one there that's shining it. We're talking about ancient African shine. And so, as this wonderful Tora limestone would have been placed here, you have to imagine that it would have been very difficult to approach it in the noonday sun. It would have been blinding. And of course, the top structure, the very top that sometimes they call a capstone, sometimes you'll hear it called a pyramidion, we called it the Ben stone, has also been lost to history. We don't know what happened to it. And so, in some ways, I think that this magnificent structure is an analogy for African people. We've certainly been battered. We've certainly seen better days. But we still stand here, strong, back, unbroken, unbent, prepared to once again tell our secrets to our descendants. And so just think about what message Khufu would have wanted to leave for you. What would he would have wanted you to know about what this great African nation did? What would he have wanted his descendants to do so that you would once more elevate yourselves to the forefront of human history? This experience is not just about what things are built from, what years they were built. That stuff is all important. But when you get home, you're not going to tell someone, I saw a magnificent piece of limestone. There was wonderful something made of granite. They're going to say, I have granite in the kitchen. Well, you went all that way to see granite? The point is that you are trying to figure out how we put it together so we can put it back together again. And so I hope that as you make your journey towards it, you're going to be thinking that way. What message am I supposed to be receiving? Why is it that I am here? There are over 1 billion Africans on the planet. The overwhelming majority of them will never get to see this with their eyes in their lifetime. Why are you here? What is it that you're supposed to take away so that you can build the Merkuti in your life and for our people? So these are key points that I hope you'll keep in mind even as you descend into that chamber that was made so that Khufu could make his transition to the stars. I saw a few hands.
Great.